Armegedon now.
Yo my G's, so Thrustmaster have just revealed step 3 or 4 of their new era of sim racing. The industry's first ever direct axial drive or DAD wheelbase, the T598. So let's get it. From the words of Thrustmaster, feel racing sensations like never before with the T598 and its direct axial drive motor, the new generation of direct drive. This motor allows for perfect clear wheel rim motion with no cogging for high fidelity force feedback. Right, this main bit of info about the DAD that I will be sharing is coming from Thrustmaster's New Era Paper 2, which I will leave a link for down in the description, and will explain how and why this revolutionary change will define the next generation of sim racing technology. So the paper states that the DAD wheelbases are made from a completely different type of motor called an axial flux motor. They are used more and more in aeronautics, high-tech factories and multiple high-end electric vehicles. So you have radial flux motors that are used in the first generation of DD. How they were built is a tube made with a lot of copper coils surrounding a shaft. And the new axial flux motor, on the other hand, is built differently, and its design allows the magnetic flux to be propelled to the shaft. I'm not going to go into the super gritty details, as the paper is there if you want to check out. In fact, axial flux motors can output identical torque with only a fraction of the copper used by a radial flux motor. This difference is key to obtaining a smooth rotation, sharper reaction times, and an increased flexibility in motor scaling, which in a nutshell is minimizing the motor's response time. Embracing a slight controlled overshoot allows for the wheel to reach its target torque quicker, providing drivers with unbeatable control of their car's engine power. Now, flux motors were theorized a long time ago, but barely sold to the public. Here is a quick illustration of the difference in scalability between the two motor typologies. By scaling more efficiently with no sacrifice to quality, axial flux motors offer a cost-effective solution to make direct drive wheelbases more accessible to more sim racers. Axial flux motors also use much less copper. Also, these direct axial drive wheelbases generate much less heat and transform electrical power into mechanical power more efficiently. Cogless motors and no more notching. So what cogging is are when magnets and coils are not aligned perfectly, the magnetic forces make the wheel rotate on its own, both making the game information notchy and make you feel steps when turning the wheel slowly with first generation direct drive bases. That's cogging. This has now been eliminated with the new DAD technology. I say eliminated, but direct axial drive DAD wheelbases reduces cogging by 99.99% compared to all other direct drive wheelbases on the market. At this value, cogging is non-perceivable to human touch, therefore considered non-existent. It has zero impact on your sim racing. DAD is able to provide all the details the game wants the players to feel. Being cogless means that the motor can also angle the steering wheel accurately at any time, with no more need for elaborate firmware or algorithms to artificially translate the game's output. DAD wheelbases also react on average 200 times faster than the first generation DD ever could, changing the scale from milliseconds down to microseconds. With a direct axial drive wheelbase, the motor itself is no longer an issue in the latency of a setup. The peak torque of a direct axial drive wheelbase goes much higher than the first generation DD bases of the same constant torque ever did, and the overall curve is much more detailed. So direct drive will be the new sim racing standard. It simply outperforms the first generation direct drive wheelbases in every category. So Thrustmaster are stating this is best for esports and the level as advanced, with the key features being direct axial drive motor, making for unique zero cogging technology, 5 Newton meters plus overshoot, giving constant torque and super boosted effects, harmony, which is high frequency vibrations technology. This new direct axial drive wheelbase will be dropping on the 19th of October for the US and the 29th of November for the EU. So what you'll be getting when it does arrive is the T598 servo base one sports car wheel rim add-on, the Raceline pedals LTE, not the load cell version, which will be coming with an upgraded kit at a later date, and all the power cables and clamps at a price of £449.99 and £499.99 for the rest of the world. So we have an industry first. They are gassing this up like they're about to take over the whole market. So let me know down in the comments if you're excited to get your hands on this new piece of tech from Thrustmaster. As I know, I am, my G. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch the fourth and final step when that drops. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. It's Armageddon now, and the resistance.